Welcome back. We are getting some breaking news. This is coming in from the state of Karnataka. Now, former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has landed himself in a controversy for allegedly not singing Vande Matram during a press conference. Now, video of the incident has now gone viral on social media where Siddaramaiah is heard saying, and I quote him here, "There is no need for Vande Matram." Now, after a brief pause, Siddaramaiah clarifies by saying, and I quote him again, "If you want to begin with Vande Matram, do it. I'm not saying no. Otherwise, you will say I said no to Vande Matram." Unquote. Now, Siddaramaiah seems to have preempted that controversy, and yet I think that the BJP government in the state is choosing to not let it go, considering the fact that he decided not to sing the Vande Matram eventually, and that really has led to this controversy. Remember, this is a video that we are talking about that's now going viral on social media. We'll try and play out that video also for our viewers. Now, this video clearly shows that Siddaramaiah goes on to say that there is no need for Vande Matram. However, realizing in a split second on what this can lead to or the controversy can erupt because of this statement, he says that if you want to begin with Vande Matram, please go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you would say that I chose and I said no to Vande Matram. Let me take this across to my colleague Harish Upadhyay, who's joining us on the broadcast. Harish, Siddaramaiah pretty much has preempted the controversy that we're talking about at the moment, and yet we see that it's not dying down.
Well, it's not dying down because the BJP precisely wants to capitalize on this just before elections, and that's why you have right from C.T. Ravi to various others saying that Siddaramaiah in fact said no to Vande Matram, and he's someone who's okay having Tipu Sultan Jayanti but doesn't want to have Vande Matram at the beginning of a function. This reflects his mindset that he's not someone who stands for the country but instead stands for someone like Tipu Sultan, someone who massacred hundreds and thousands of people in Karnataka and Malabar region. So that's the narrative that the BJP wants to build. The Congress putting out the whole video and saying that in fact Siddaramaiah discusses on whether to start with the welcome speech and then says Vande Matram is not required, we can start with the welcome speech, and immediately says that, well, you can start with the Vande Matram song, and tomorrow I don't want you guys to say that I said no to Vande Matram. So he makes it very clear there. But just on the split-second comment of Siddaramaiah being picked up by BJP now to say that this reflects Siddaramaiah and Congress's mindset.
And is there a response now coming in from the Congress or Siddaramaiah for that matter, Harish, considering the BJP is not choosing to let this go, despite the fact that he himself has said that he would make this into a controversy?
Well, Siddaramaiah hasn't responded yet, but many within the Congress saying that the BJP should come out and say why its ideological founder or even the RSS did not put the national flag, unfurl the national flag at their headquarters for a very long time, and they have no right to talk about nationalism. And the Congress has contributed a lot to the freedom struggle, and it's just a controversy that's not required. And the BJP is twisting a mere conversation between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah before the function even started.
And just for a bit of background for our viewers, what is this press conference that we were talking about? What was the premise of the presser where all this, happened, Harish?
Well, this was at the party press conference at the KPCC office here in Bengaluru last week. And just before it started, you had the program as well. The whole press was attending this program. And that's where we can see a conversation between D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah on whether to start with the welcome speech or Vande Matram or directly read out the preamble of the Constitution. It was for the Constitution Day when this program was happening. And that's when you had this conversation taking place at the KPCC office.
All right, Harish. Let's get our viewers to actually take a look at this entire video, how this has played out and how and why is this going viral on social media. Let's take a look.
Vande Matram. Vande Matram. शुरू करेंगे वंदे मातरम। धन्यवाद। वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम। केंद्र ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ। शुरू करेंगे वंदे मातरम। धन्यवाद।
Harish, this pretty much looks like he has just made a brief hand gesture and then eventually all the leaders stand up and go on to sing Vande Matram. Beats me completely why the BJP is still choosing to pick on Siddaramaiah. Like you rightly said, we are talking about elections in Karnataka that are due. And any kind of slip by the Congress is, of course, going to be played up by the BJP. However, from what is clear in this video, doesn't look like much of a controversy.
Well, perhaps under the normal circumstances, it wouldn't have become a controversy. Perhaps with any other leader, it wouldn't have. But two aspects here. One, as you rightly mentioned, it's an election year. Second, the BJP has always been talking about Siddaramaiah as someone who tries to appease the Muslim community, especially ever since his government started the Tipu Jayanti celebration, and also saying that he's not someone who bothers about the country. He's someone who only cares about a particular community. That's the kind of narrative that the BJP has always had as far as Siddaramaiah and his government is concerned. And perhaps this works as an ample ground or a platform for the BJP to once again reiterate that.
All right. And the fact that DK Shivakumar is also along with Siddaramaiah on the dais that we see in these visuals, Harish, and the fact that Congress party still is choosing to stay mum on this controversy, thus that's just about growing to hold ground and get more ground, considering it's the BJP amping up the attack against the Congress. Would we have eventually the Congress responding to it? To what you think?
Well, perhaps the Congress will come out and respond to it. They've already, in fact, had clarified when this started, and they also said the whole video is available in the public platform to see that nowhere do we stop the singing of Vande Matram, or in fact he objects to it. There is some confusion over the flow of this program, and that's a conversation that takes place between the two leaders. And immediately he's seen saying that let's sing the Vande Matram. I do not want anybody to say I said no to it. So the Congress saying that there's absolutely no controversy. It's the BJP which is trying to.
One final thing, one final thing, Harish, the fact that the Chief Minister of the state has made a very, very strong statement against Siddaramaiah, calling him as one who's having a jihadi mindset. That is the comment that has been made by the Chief Minister himself.
Well, that's a line that the BJP has taken for quite a long time, and they base it on two incidents or two decisions of Siddaramaiah. One, his government's decision to celebrate Tipu Jayanti. The BJP also alleges that it was Siddaramaiah's government which went on and decided to withdraw cases against members of the PFI and SDPI, although Congress alleges none of those cases were of serious in nature, and they were just cases that were withdrawn for merely gathering or protesting at the site. But the BJP saying that's one of the primary reasons why we see escalation of tension in coastal Karnataka region. So these two issues are something that the BJP plays upon and says it's a reflection of Siddaramaiah's mindset.
All right, Harish, thank you so much for all the updates.